guys, so today we're going to do cat themed yoga. Why? I have no idea why I picked that, I just wanted to. So cats are really symbolic, aren't they? There's lots of gods and places that worship cats, and they also represent some really lovely qualities that we can embody. So they think on their feet, they literally are on their tiptoes all the time. They're fiercely independent. And they know how to use their energy really wisely, so you'll see them doing like little zoomies and then they're out in the sun just like relaxing, and I think we can learn a lot from them with those qualities, you know, spending your energy wisely when you've got it there, be more active, and when you don't, make sure you rest and try not to push through. So we're going to do lots of cat-cow. It's incredibly good for your spine, and it's quite potent at unlocking what we call kundalini in the body, which is all of your creative potential. So quite a, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, energy releasing class. So it's going to help to just invigorate your entire body. Yeah, so we're going to stay nice and low to the ground, and at the end I've got a lovely Call of the Wild Cat poem for you to relax to that I'm going to read to you. If you hate poetry, you can just block your ears and relax in your own way. So let's make a start. Come to any comfortable seat. It can look like me, it can be cross-legged or legs outstretched. You might be on a block or a blanket. And start to bring some alignment into your body, bringing your shoulders over your hips and lengthening through your spine. So draw your navel back just a little bit. Bring your shoulders up and roll them down your back body to open your heart, and let the crown of the head reach towards the sky. If you feel okay to soften your gaze or maybe close your eyes here and just start to arrive in your body on your yoga mat. Becoming more present, so just sensing into your body, letting go of your busy morning or anything that's happening after here. And if it helps, you can take a gentle scan through your body. Again, not analysing or criticising or trying to even think about what's there, just noticing sensations or parts of the body that are calling for your attention. Parts of the body which maybe feel more numb or neutral. And just becoming that observer of your experience. Feeling the breath coming in and out of your physical body, so you can pay attention to any part of the breath. It might be the temperature or the way your body moves to receive that breath. Whatever you're feeling into, just allow your breath to slow down a little bit. Draw it in a little bit deeper, a little bit slower. Again, moving into the now. All you need to focus on is your breath. In this space, gently float your awareness over your mind and just have a little look down into your mind and notice what might be going on for you this morning. So again, we're not trying to change anything, push anything away, or criticise the thoughts that we have. We're simply noticing the thoughts. And that's true meditation. It's not the lack of thoughts or an empty mind. It's being able to differentiate you, your divine being, separate from all of those things which come up and dissolve away. The thoughts, the sensations, and the experiences that we have. You are the observer. And in this space, maybe you'd like to set an intention for your practice this morning. It could be based on what we're doing, but it could be anything you like. So maybe it's something like, I allow my body to rest when it tells me it needs to. I allow my body to rest when it tells me it needs to. Whatever comes up for you, just repeat it 3 times in your mind. ready, we'll start to bring some gentle movement into the body. So if you have your legs crossed one way, feel free to change them over, but you don't have to. And we can start with the head and neck, but this is your experience. So if you want to move a different part of the body, go ahead and move that part. And you can move your head and neck in any way you like, but some suggestions could be rolling, looking up and down, looking over the shoulder, or maybe letting your ear flop down towards one shoulder. But you can do any movement you like, and it can be fast or slow, big or small. Experiment with lots of different movements if that feels okay, and just notice how that changes your experience. When I move my body like this, it feels like that. And come from a place of curiosity and openness, not criticism or judgment. And if you don't notice anything at all, that's also really important. So just notice that you're not noticing anything. When you're ready, maybe come down into the shoulders. Again, this could be rolls, shakes, shrugs, anything you like. And you can move a different part of the body at the same time, or you can stay relatively still. Again, completely up to you. So this is really important for having autonomy over your experiences and over your body and what happens to it. It's quite often we live a life where we aren't able to switch off, we can't take care of ourselves in the way that we need to, so this is your moment to tap into some of that energy, that nurturing energy. When you're ready, maybe coming down into the rib cage, you might want to circle your ribs, or even maybe take a little seated cat-cow here, coming forwards and backwards, feeling into the rib cage. You might notice how certain movements will affect your breath. Notice as you start to move your rib cage that the hips are going to want to join in. So maybe feeling into the hips, you could rock from side to side, you could again roll the spine around this time, you can squeeze your pelvic floor. Start to explore the space around you with your arms and your fingers, feeling into this energy field that sits just outside of your body, and it can reflect the inner state of your body, the inner state of your mind. There can be old baggage here, old experiences, so I want you to think about clearing this space of anything that isn't useful to you. Clear that out, and at the same time you're creating a safe space around you, almost like a protective shield, a protective bubble, so nobody else's stuff is going to come in. And you'll notice as you move your arms and hands in different directions, your spine is going to join in. Maybe here you're exploring a twist, a side bend, you might forward fold or back bend. These don't have to be particular yoga poses, they can be any shape that your body wants to take. And just remembering that it's a nice, big, juicy, full moon tonight. I think it's the pink moon in Libra, if I'm correct. So all about harmonizing energy, creativity, but your energy may feel completely different to normal. So if you're feeling that way, that is just because you're connected to the moon. When you're ready, maybe you stretch your legs out. Give them a nice shake, a nice wiggle. You could roll your ankles, wiggle your toes. You can keep moving with the legs outstretched if you want to. So again, curiosity, observation, just playing around here. I often use this metaphor when I watch my son running around. He doesn't care about what form he's taking, he just moves his body. He's led by his body and not his mind. So this is a nice place to explore, just moving organically and not prescriptively. Ready, one final check-in. Does anyone need a shake, a wiggle, a rock, a roll, a stretch? Get that out and then we can start movement practice. So is everybody relatively okay on their hands and knees this morning? We're going to be there for quite a while, so if you do struggle with your knees, let me know if you want a blanket or something to put under your knees, or I can give you alternatives. Perhaps just do it seated, but let me know, just give me a wave if you're struggling. I'm going to take this off so you can see what I'm doing. So make your way onto all fours. And we'll just set up our foundation here. So we're bringing our hands underneath our shoulders, our fingertips spread wide. The eyes of the elbows, I call them, so the crease here is going to shine forward. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, pressing into the earth. Widen your shoulder blades, and I want you to zip your core in a little bit, so if you were going to balance something on your back, it's not going to slide off. Press into the top of the feet, and your knees are underneath your hips. Nice, a long line from the crown of your head into your spine. So we'll start with our basic cat-cow here. We're going to inhale as we drop the navel, widen the sit bones, widen the collarbone, and look up. Exhale, curl the pelvis under, make the chest concave, widen your shoulder blades and tuck your chin down. Inhale, release, drop the navel, look up. Exhale, round through the spine. Now work with your breath and your body here, so you don't have to do this at the same pace as me or anybody else. You can close your eyes if you like, go into a flow state and just work organically with your body and breath. And I want you to think about the energy in the base of your spine, releasing and travelling all the way up your spine, and then dissipating through your whole body. So feeling every cell of your body coming alive with this potent, magical energy that we all have. Come back to a neutral tabletop position. If at any point you need a break, just sit back on your heels and shake your wrists out. If it gets too much on your wrists, come into little punched fists. It's a little bit gentler. So bring one leg out. You can place your toes wherever you like. They can be turned out or they can be forward. Just try to keep your hips square to the top of the mat. If they open out a little bit, that's okay. And we're going to repeat our cat-cow here. It's going to feel very different with one leg out. So drop the navel, look up, inhale, widen the sit bones. The ghost. Exhale, draw, tuck everything under, push into the ground. That'll give you more space. Inhale, open. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open. Exhale, round the spine. Few more times. When you're ready, bring that knee back in line underneath your hip and repeat that on the other side. So, releasing the navel, widening the collarbone and the sit bones. Exhale, tuck everything under, Widen your shoulder blades away from one another. Inhale, drop shoulders back away from the ears. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. One more time, either direction. And then when you're ready, bring that knee back underneath the hip. Drop back into your child's pose and just rest as we have another round of cat-cow to take. So if you need to roll your wrists, wiggle your fingers, stretch your back really long, just take this time to reset your body in any way that it needs. It can also be really nice to flip your arms so your palms are up and your arms are beside your body, just to let your shoulders melt open and totally relax. It takes the weight off of them completely. So play around with the position of your arms. Surrender into earth. Take this time to rest, just like the cat teaches us. And be low to the ground, observing and sensing into the balancing effect of being close to the earth on your body, on your energy. When you're ready, bring your shoulders and arms back up onto all fours. And we'll take a few more variations. So this time, we're going to release, look up, inhale, tuck the toes, and as you exhale, peel the knees off the ground just about an inch or so. It's quite hard work. Inhale, leave the toes tucked this time. Exhale, peel the knees from the ground and round the spine. Inhale, release, work with your breath, with your body, take breaks when you need to. You can come back into that child's pose at any point. You don't have to do anything that I say at all. Inhaling, opening. Exhale, release. A few more times. It's actually harder to keep your knees lower to the ground. Okay, bring those knees back down and untuck your toes. We're going to practice circling the chest. So we're mimicking that cat-cow movement. As you come down, your collarbone widens, your sit bone widens, and as you curl back, you send that back, that spine towards the sky. So it's like a cat-cow, but it's more of a hula hoop kind of motion. You can get the hips involved if you want to, or you can sort of isolate that movement in the chest. Play around with both of those, make any adjustments you need. Breathing in as you come down and exhaling as you curl back. Feel free to change directions whenever you're ready. Now, come to some stillness in the centre, realign the body. You can repeat your basic cat-cow, which is here. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you're going to come down onto your forearms. So you're making a sort of triangle position here, stacking the hands, and you're going to practice cat-cow in this shape. It's more difficult, the movement will be smaller. So inhale, looking up, exhale, tuck everything under. Inhale, open, exhale, tuck everything under. Inhale, open. Exhale, tuck everything under. Inhale, open. Exhale, tuck everything under. A few more times in either direction. When you're ready, send your glutes back, stretch your arms out into that child's pose. And then flip the palms up behind you if you want to relax the arms completely. you're ready, roll back onto all fours. And you're going to think I've completely lost my mind here, but mimicking animal movements is so good for your body. We often just stand, sit, do a bit of walking, but we should be crawling, rolling, climbing all the time, but we don't have that available to us. So we're going to crawl to the back of our mat, keeping the cat in mind. So take it nice and slow, nice and elegant. And then when you're ready, I know I've lost it. I know, I'm aware. Okay, so keep it all in line. Tuck the navel in. You're going to crawl backwards and forwards on your mat for a bit. Enjoy. So take your time, make it nice and mindful and slow. Keep that core drawn in. If anyone walked in right now, what kind of cult is this? I need to shut it down. Yeah. Feel free to meow and purr as you do it. Just maybe once or twice up and down, and then we're going to take a harder version of this. If you want to, that is. So come back to the bottom of your mat. I think this is technically called a bear crawl, but in yoga we're going to call it a cat crawl. You're going to float your knees off the ground if you can, and you're going to take a crawl that way, keeping the knees nice and low. It's a bit like climbing a mountain. None of you look insane, don't worry. When you've done that enough times to feel complete, you're just going to come back down into your child's pose. Quite hard work, isn't it? Lovely. Rolling back up into that all fours position. You can come to the centre of your mat if you're still at the bottom there. And we're going to take the pose of the tiger, but we're going to build up to that. So start off, first of all, just inhaling and raising either your left or right arm next to your ear with the palm flipped into the centre of your body. Exhale and bring that arm back down. Now the idea here is to only move the limb. The rest of the body is frozen still. Inhale, raise the other arm. Exhale down. Let's repeat that one more time either side. Same thing the other way. And now we're going to swap to the legs, slightly more difficult. Inhale, point the toe behind you, just level with the hip. Perfect. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, down. Okay, now take opposite arm and leg. Exhale, down. Keep it going. Now you can stay at this level, or what you're going to do is extend the arm and leg, stay there for a few breaths, and then when you're ready, bend that foot in towards your glute. If it's there, you're going to reach back and find that foot, and then open the back. Can you find your foot? If you can't find your foot, don't worry, just bend the foot in towards the glute and don't bother to reach back. Take a few breaths here, extend, and bring it down. And same thing the other way. Keep repeating, so try and do it at least twice on either side. Maybe hold it for a little bit longer the second time. And when you're ready, come down into that child's pose and take a well-deserved break. Relax the belly. If it feels okay here, just embodying that vision of a cat basking in the sun, and let your body totally relax and release. Focusing on the warmth in your body. Sending warmth to the places that need it most. When you're ready, we're going to roll down. So our hips come onto the mat into Sphinx pose. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Your hands are pressing into the mat. The head is gently lifted. And again, we're going to take a really nice long yin section today. So we've actually got 5 yin poses as opposed to 2 or 3. So let's just take our time to let our bodies heal, be still, regenerate, breathe. You can do whatever you like in these little sections, so you can explore sensations, memories, emotion, breath, anything that you want to without judging. You can let your mind wander on purpose. Giving it permission to wander actually stops us from having obsessive thoughts. The more we try to control the mind with more thinking, the further away we get from where we want to be clear and calm and in that witnessing place. So allow the parts of your body that can truly relax here to do that. Surrender, sit in your out breath. If it feels too much holding the upper portion of your body upright, you can come down onto the mat, just relaxing the head down onto the hands. But do stay here if you can, as we're compressing the base of the spine here. Again, a really good way to unlock all of that potential energy we have in our body. Ready, just bring one leg out at a right angle. And if you want to, you can turn your head towards that leg again, closing your eyes if you want to. You can change the position of your hands if the one that it's in doesn't feel right, like I'm supporting my head here. So feel free to adapt into a more relaxed version. And again, working through those kosher layers of physical body and sensations, of breath and energy, mind and emotions. And I have a quote for you here. This one from Ernest Hemingway. It says, "A cat has absolute emotional honesty. Human beings, for one reason or another, may hide their feelings, but a cat does not." So we often try to repress our emotions or fight against them rather than thinking about what they're trying to tell us, what we're not seeing, what we're repressing or holding on to. Again, like our bodies, they can be very wise teachers to be learned from. From here, you're just going to roll onto your side. Leave the top leg where it is, but come onto the side of your body. And again, you can support your head in your hands here. Now, you can stay here. If you want to come into the full yin posture, this posture is called a cat pulling its tail, which is why I picked it. You're going to bend that bottom leg in towards your glute and grab hold of the foot. That's it. Try and leave it close to the ground if you can. And then the top leg can either stay here, or if you want a really deep sensation this morning, you're going to stretch it out in front of you, but that's going to be more deep into the hamstrings and the calves. So breathe here. We're going to be here for around 5 minutes. If your body starts to feel any kinds of pins and needles or electric sensations, just make those little adjustments, come out of the pose, find a new one, whatever you need to do. An invitation to journey inwards. Yin is symbolic of cool, calm, not doing, stillness and quiet, a journey within our own body. So feel free to dive in and let go of any external distractions or doing. Bend that top leg And roll back onto your front into your Sphinx pose. So bringing the front of your hip bones onto the mat again. This time bending up your other leg into the right angle. I'm going to stay here for around 5 minutes. Quote says, cats and humans have been partners for over 10,000 years. And what you realise when you've lived with a cat for a long time is that we may think we own them, but that's not the way it is. They simply allow us the pleasure of their company. So I often think about relationships and how we cling too fiercely to them, but cats are so fiercely independent that they're happy to be with you or be without you, and actually the healthiest relationships you can have with anyone are like that. So you're your own whole complete person, and you run parallel to somebody who is also whole and complete. That way, if anything ever happens and you come apart for whatever reason, you remain a whole complete person. If you become codependent on people, then it's more difficult, it's more entangled, and if for some reason you come apart, it can be really challenging. And that's not to say you can't love deeply or surrender to your relationships, but try to remain whole within them. When you're ready, roll onto the side of your body. You can support your head here, just like before, leaving that top leg at that right angle, grabbing that bottom foot and pulling it in towards your glutes. And then the top leg can stay in a right angle, or you can stretch it out. But you don't have room to stretch out, so the side is going to stay with the bent leg. And again, journeying inwards into your body, into your mind, and your emotions. ready, release that back foot. This time you're going to roll onto your back for your final relaxation position. So if you need to here, pop a cushion under your head and blanket over your body. Does anyone like the heater back on? Just having to drop in here a little bit. Are you all okay? I'm always losing it, aren't I? Never mind. So, once you're here, if you need to, have a little stretch, have a little wiggle, a rock, a roll, a yawn, a sigh. Spend the first couple of minutes fidgeting around. Get that out of your system so that you can fully surrender into your relaxation pose. So you want to let your feet, your knees and your thighs fall away from one another. If it feels more relaxing, flip your palms up and let your fingertips gently curl. And if you need to, you can have your knees bent with your feet on the floor to protect your low spine if that feels better. Close your eyes and soften your gaze if that feels comfortable. And start to move yourself, invite your body into a deep sense of relaxation now. So if it helps in your mind, you can say, it's safe for me to relax. There's nowhere I need to be and nothing I need to do right now. Allow your body to surrender down into the surface beneath you. Let your body be heavy, almost like it could sink through the floor. Begin to connect with your breath, your natural breath, the breath that breathes you. And with each out-breath, allow your body to surrender deeper and deeper. Relax more and more. Become heavier and heavier. So on your next out-breath, relax all of the muscles in your face, your brow, your jaw, and your scalp. Let them be heavy, soft, open. On your next out-breath, your shoulders, your arms, and your hands, totally relaxed, totally surrendered. So heavy they can sink down deep into the earth. On your next out-breath, your chest, back, belly, and your spine, your whole torso, totally relaxed, heavy, rested, soothed. On your next out-breath, your pelvis and your glutes, sinking down into the earth. On your next out-breath, down the front of your legs and the back of your legs. Both legs totally relaxed. On your next out-breath, all the way down your legs into your feet, the soles of your feet and your toes. Totally relaxed, heavy, soothed and calm. Sensing into your whole body, connected Sensing into the left leg, the right leg, and both legs together. The left side of your torso, the right side of your torso, and your whole torso. The left side of your face, your head, the right side, the whole of your head and your scalp. The whole left side of your body, the whole right side of your whole body together. Feeling areas of coolness, and feeling areas of warmth, feeling both together. You notice now, as you spent time sensing into your body as a radiant field of sensation, that your mind feels calmer, clearer, happier, and more relaxed. You can lay here and take any journey that you want to take. Or maybe you listen to my words. It doesn't matter if the words fade in and out. Know that the bits you need to hear will be there anyway. And this poem is called The Call of the Wild Cat. The wild cat is her guide, her mirror. She loves cats because they carry a wisdom that she too can embody. They show her how to live unchained and how to honour the wild within herself. To walk through life with grace and ease and freedom, unburdened by demands that do not come from her soul. In every movement, a cat reveals its brilliance, its sharpness, its presence, its bright awareness of the world. There is no excess, no striving, only being, a quiet mastery of the art of now. The wild cat knows freedom is not a rebellion, but a way of living deeply, simply. It does not long for what it does not have, but delights in a warm beam of sunlight, a soft corner to rest in, and the rhythmic, grounding pulse of its own purr. In its presence, she sees how to love life as it is, how to find contentment in simplicity. And yet, the wild cat embraces its tenderness, unashamed of the softness it carries within. It knows the strength of being gentle, the quiet dignity of holding the untamed without losing its wildness. Wild cat, let me learn from you, from the fluid grace of your movements and how you bow to no one. Your softness, such a treasure. Teach me to guard my spirit as fiercely as you do, to bear my claws when life demands it, but to stretch unarmed in the sanctuary of sunlight. Wild carry your wisdom in my blood, untamable and true. For I too am a creature of the wild. I too am the call of the untamed. And just relax for the next few minutes, letting your mind wander wherever it wants to go. Back to your body, simply by feeling it lying on the earth and connecting with the surface beneath you. Begin to introduce some gentle movement into your body, perhaps by wiggling your fingers and your toes, rolling your wrists and your ankles, first one way and then the other. Taking a full body stretch, reaching your arms up past your ears, pointing your toes on the mat. And then bending up your knees and rolling onto whichever side feels safest to you. Give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. Take a gentle smile to yourself if that feels okay. Gently remind yourself of the intention that you set at the start of your practice, so you can carry it with you when you leave here. In your own time, press into the earth and help yourself back up to your comfortable seat in which you started. Session today with a few final clearing breaths together. So let's take a deep breath down into the belly as we bring our arms wide and all the way up above us, touching our palms together. And then an even bigger, even deeper exhale as you slowly float your fingers through the air and touch the earth. And again, down into the belly, draw that breath deep down, bring the palms together. Exhale even deeper, even slower, really letting go of any last thing you want to leave here and not take with you. One more time up. This time leave your hands in Anjali Mudra in prayer position. Take a deep exhale as you float the mudra down past your third eye and onto your heart. Soften your elbows and bring your chin down to your chest, taking a bow. A bow to yourself for your beautiful practice this morning, for embodying the qualities of a cat and what she has to teach us. A bow to each other for the shared group energy and the space that